Hello and welcome to another session of MCQs on basic macroeconomics. Our third lecture was about an economy. How do we define or describe an economy? What are the essential ingredients of an economy? And how do we apply the word economy in different contexts? And finally, what makes an economy distinct from others, different from others? So what are the reasons behind that? So all these things we discussed in our third lecture of basic macroeconomics. Now we are going to have a very brief session of MCQs on the issues that we discussed in our third lecture, and we straight away begin with our first question, first MCQ here. So the first MCQ is that the essential ingredients of an economy include. What are the essential ingredients of an economy? So the first option is economic activities, the second one is an area, and the third one is factors and institutions, and the fourth option is, the D option is all of the above. Now we know from our discussion that an economy has three essential ingredients: economic activities, then an area, specific area, and then factors and institutions that enable economic activities. So the first three options are do apply to the concept, or these are the essential ingredients of an economy. Therefore our most appropriate answer in this case, option in this case, is the last one, D1, all of the above, because all these ingredients are essential for an economy. Our second question is, an activity becomes economic when it involves. How come an activity becomes economic in nature? So our options are use of factors of production. That is, when we use factors of production, therefore our activity is going to become an economic activity. If we consume a product, for example, then our activity is going to become economic in nature. The third one is, if a price is involved, then an activity is going to become economic in nature. And the fourth one is none of the above. Now if you look carefully, among these options, the most appropriate one is price. When an activity, its product moves through the market, if it is a good or a service, and it carries a price, then that activity is included as economic activity. Otherwise, even if we produce something, it doesn't move through the market mechanism, it doesn't carry a price, it is not counted as an economic activity. So our most appropriate answer over here is C1, the third one, that is price. Now our third question is, economic activities are categorized into. How do we categorize economic activities? And you have options given here. A is production, B is distribution, C is consumption, and D is all of the above. Now from our discussion, we already know that economic activities are categorized into three broad groups: production, distribution, and consumption. Therefore the most appropriate answer in this case is all of the above. Now our fourth question is, an economy becomes distinct from others because of. Now what are the factors that make an economy distinct from others? Okay, so our first option is specific political state. Our second option is distinct rules and regulations. Our third option is distinct currency, and our fourth option is all of the above. Now from our discussion, we know that the three factors that are discussed here, that have been given here, A, B, and C, are the factors which make an economy distinct. If you have separate political state, it gives rise to an economy. If you have, obviously you have their rules and regulations which are distinct than others, which are different than others, that gives rise to a different economy. And you have a different currency, that obviously gives rise to a different economy. So our most appropriate option in this case is the last one, all of the above. Now transport of goods and services, or trade of goods and services, do not face special barriers. Now in which case? You have to identify in which case. So when we transport goods from one place or services from one place to another place, do they face economic barriers, and where? So A option is within a country, B option is between countries, C option is both, and D option is none of the above. Now we have special barriers which we call as tariffs and quotas, and then administrative procedures which are implemented when trade takes place between two countries rather than within a country. Okay, so the most appropriate answer in this case is A1, because it says that transport of goods and services does not face barriers. Then obviously within a country, between countries, it does face these barriers. So I hope that you have enjoyed this very session. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nest Economics. Thank you very much.